Big Boys
Big
Neighborhood,
Boy.
we are after the show.
That's a good pause.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that, my brother. February 20th, man.
What up?
So you're right. 2018, it is definitely going down. All righty now. And when you think about it, it's 022018. 2018. All righty. Oh, anyway.
See what you did.
All righty. Let's go with after the show, Louis G.
Yo, man, Blac Chyna sex tape that leaked over the weekend. I was just wondering. I wonder when she saw it if she was like, damn, that's a bad angle. Or why did they pick that one? I don't think that was the only one.
You know what
I mean? Like,
people are really saying
that is crazy.
that her skills was whatever.
It was.
And I probably got to look at it again. I don't know exactly how she was, like angle and all that, but depending on the angle,
it was definitely the guy's point of view, what they call it in porn, POV.
Right, POV.
Yeah,
POV what they call that in all movies too.
Yeah.
POV,
it looked like she definitely was acknowledging the camera every so often. Yeah, so she was.
And you know, it's a trip. At one point, I was like, man, how do we? Then I was like, oh yeah, that is her. Yeah, I was about to give her, when she was like, when it said at China, Blac Chyna. Like,
hilarious, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
But it's Lisa
Is it
Bloom
embarrassing?
I think it's very embarrassing, just especially
You know
because
what's
of
crazy?
the internet. Because like just even hearing like in the building, like people that have already seen it and hearing like the laughter, like I would hate to be in her position. And obviously, I don't feel like I would ever put myself in her position. But just as a woman, and just I think it's very embarrassing to have people all over the internet like make fun of you. Like already the act on its own, the fact that people are seeing you in the bedroom doing this is one thing, and then people like making fun of you is a whole nother thing. And it's just out there. Like you can't
think it don't
erase
have the sting of what it used to have either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like
what do you
people
mean?
are like, it's not embarrassing anymore. It's embarrassing, but it's not as embarrassing. It's not like I just got you. You know what I'm saying? We've seen people recover from this, and it's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just think that people are really clowning her. Not that she has a tape. People are talking about, oh well, that's what I'm seeing the most. Like she over here doing this and lazy head work, and I'm over here making gargle sounds, and then you know what I'm saying. So I think people are tripping more off of that too, man.
You know what I find it really?
It's got to be hard seeing your daughter. Or your sister, because that's somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
I'm not trying to judge your mom, but
right.
have you seen
well,
her
you
mom?
sound like
Her
you're trying to judge
I'm
when
not.
you said, well, what are you saying?
Her mom is ratchet as hell.
right.
She really is. I've seen videos.
Probably the first one I called up, like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, girl,
you're supposed to tickle and oh my God, girl.
I have to touch it better. I just find it weird.
And then you got to think China also, Blac Chyna, she probably like, damn, that's not even my best work. Have you ever had something where you're like, man.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there's definitely something like if somebody did a tape on me, it's definitely some days where it'd be like, damn, big, what were you doing? Then it could be other days like, damn, you did that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think she probably was like, damn, you had to pick that one.
Like that one?
Like,
I don't think it's that embarrassing. Like for her, am I devil's advocate to say like, I don't feel bad for her when she's already put out so much of her stuff already in her body and ran to where she came. Like, is that mean? Like, is that mean to say like just because she was a former stripper? Not that we demand of it or like we're allowed to see it, but it's just like, okay, it's there.
Right.
Like,
and my thing is, I'm not as surprised. You know what I'm saying? You let me see Oprah Dome instead, man. I'm like, oh, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
That's a leak sex tape.
Those are some things that's embarrassing. Ellen DeGeneres and her girl Get Out. That you know what I'm saying?
Like if you were
China was
sex
just on the beach.
I'd feel sorry for you.
I would cry.
Say what
first
now?
of all, I would cry if
What,
a sex
Lupita?
tape. No, she said.
For some reason I thought her Lupita like
I said,
Lupita
now if your
Nyong'o.
sex tape came out, I'd feel sorry for Ida because she's not someone who is out there like on a stripper pole or in her living room twerking.
Everybody got to be careful
underwear.
though. Everybody got to be careful.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But like again, like this isn't the first time that it's happened to her. And when it happened to her with Rob, like she was all over it. She was like doing press and like she seemed like she was super upset. She hasn't spoken out about this one yet, which I find very weird. Also because Michi or Meech, however you pronounce her ex-boyfriend's name, he said that they shot the video on her phone that he never actually had a copy. So now I'm trying to think like, just because Blac Chyna is queen of finesse, like, did she like leak this on her own on some like trying to come up? Like,
weren't you the one who said that in GroupMe though?
No, I don't think I did.
Someone said like trying to keep her 15 minutes of fame.
Well, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Like, because if he's saying and if he's not lying, that it was shot on her phone, then she needs to check out her sources or where that phone is at. That this got leaked. Like, is she trying to come up the Kardashian way? Like, I'm just.
So you think she should take advantage of this?
But how can she take advantage of it? Because that work? She's already Blac Chyna. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would this possibly do more for her? I don't know. I don't know what else it could do for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it just don't have that sting anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this won't be the shocker tomorrow. It damn near didn't make it till today. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll be all right.
Well,
it ain't gonna stop no work. It ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that, like, and not that it's Blac Chyna, but like I said, I don't think that it's a gotcha with her. You know what I'm saying? We just saw her on the beach getting, you know, shooting something. Her ass was all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, my thing is if she didn't really want it out, that's where I feel for her. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Like if Rob put something up and she didn't want it out, it don't matter it don't matter what you're doing with whoever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want it out, then that's when the violation comes. That's when you feel like, oh, okay, there is some victim here. We can't just look at Blac Chyna and say, oh, well, you know, that's Blac Chyna. You
know,
like, no, that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't really her press sin, then that's effed up. Because maybe all of us got something. Like I told you, I got one at the crib I can't find. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I lost my phone at a theme park, and luckily when I went back to Lost and Found, they had it, but the SIM card was gone, and I know I had something in there for sure. Whoever has that SIM card has something out there, bro. Like straight up.
Let's see.
Like, that's so scary,
they left
man.
everything, but they took the SIM card. I'm sitting there like, why?
That's scary, bro.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful what you record.
Yeah.
And where you get it, man.
And I'm just knowing now, and that's tuition into the school of experience. Everything now, I'm just going to be like, man, I got to be bomb on everything. You know what I'm saying? I got to be bomb on it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's getting out there.
You got to put on that makeup first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to be right. I got to be extra there and all kind of stuff now. Like, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Man. Because this could be shared possibly by millions upon millions of people.
Scary,
like
man.
Sugar Free says, if you stay ready, you gotta get ready.
Right. Yeah, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
You ain't got to get
I don't know how to segue to I Date.
No, we should.
Let's go over to
a new show.
Saw this over the weekend, and I thought this was pretty cool. So we've been talking a lot about gun control and what people can do to find a way where we are not having mass shootings anywhere anymore. And there's a lot of different suggestions. There's a lot of people talking up. But there was a guy who in Florida said someone reported on this that he handed over his rifle to the police and he said he doesn't need it. He said, I will be the change I want to see in the world. And so he just handed over his gun. And I don't think it's going to change the world what he did, but I love the change that he wanted to see. And
I saw one dude that
voluntary
he was
turning guns.
It was one dude that he sawed his AR-15 in half.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, man, he sawed it in half, and they said he was
owner, right? Like
yeah, man, yeah.
It's just like one of those things where if you don't want, I know the comparison is so way different,
but she's going to do it anyway.
But I'm going to do it anyways. But it's like when you see litter around and someone throws something on the ground, they're like, well, look, there's litter. People do it all the time, and they contribute to the litter. It's like, look, I know that they're still going to litter, but you don't have to. And I think that's a choice that we can make in all of our lives, and certain things that we do want to see that change. And we don't have to, just because there are racist people out there doesn't mean that we should contribute to the racism, because racism, as we've seen time and time again, is taught. It's, and if we decide, hey, maybe my parents were racist and they taught me a certain way, but I saw, a different way, and I don't want to teach you're breaking the cycle in that. And maybe this could be the beginning of breaking the cycle of the necessity that some people feel like they need to have an AR-57, AR-15, automatic rifle, whatever it is. And I know it's hard because I had a full conversation with someone over the weekend about gun control, and they are an avid gun, like pro gun, like nothing I could have said, any argument I could have given them, they always came back to there could be a civil war and I'm going to need it, and I want to protect my family, and
the government is coming.
I do use my AR for hunting, and it's fine, and it's got, people kill people, guns don't kill people.
You take an AR-15 out on hunting, man,
it's like you can't. It's so
what
hard.
are you hunting out here? They're
not from here.
Okay.
But it really is hard to change somebody's mind that is like so stuck on their guns and their rights to bear arms. And another conversation that I had with somebody, I was like, I know that we are not Australia, but if it worked for them since 1996, they have not had any mass shootings since they made everybody turn in their guns. Like, you know, it says something like, why not give it a try or something similar?
And then
I'm not
there's
saying
people
the
that
exact
say,
same
if
model.
I give up mine, is everyone going to give up theirs?
Right.
Or who's going to have the real guns now? You know what I'm saying?
You're hurting the law-abiding citizens. Not one I get
and my
to.
thing is this. I'm a multiple gun owner. I'm registered, everything. You know what I'm saying? Do I feel like there has to be gun laws even though I'm a multiple gun owner? Yes, I feel like there is. You know what I'm saying? And I went through every test, every background, everything. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that I can get my firearms. Yeah. So do I feel like people should have a gun, or if it's their right? Okay, you have a right. But then we have to find this common ground that we may never come to that says, you know, like, and there's so many different avenues to get to the same place.
Yes.
Like there's okay, well, I have it's my right. I shouldn't have to give up my gun.
Yeah.
What about if there is a civil war that breaks out? What about if I am a hunter? What about, you know, then there's other people that think like, okay, well, there's so many different roads to it. Think about, okay, the people that do shoot up schools and theaters and this, that, and that. Now we're like, okay, what about mental health?
Yeah.
What about being bullied? What about social media? I think we're seeing it now so much now because there's so many other ways to see how these people are affecting us. So when somebody goes to sit down and they start thinking about, I want to break that record, or how, or
copycat,
my multiple shooting, my copycat. You know what I'm saying? It goes so many different places now. Did you ever see the one guy that was just rolling up on people and he was just shooting? It was an old man walking down the street.
No.
Was that in? Do you remember what city it was in?
No, I don't remember, man. But he was saying something about it was because of his ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend. And it was an old man walking down the street and he went up, but he was recording everything.
I do remember
See,
that
it's so many of these now that we've got to like, oh yeah, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? There's times when you got to say, okay, is that Vegas? Is that Sandy Hook?
No, I do remember
is that
that
such
one.
a, you know,
That
there's
was
so
whack,
many others,
So
man.
many.
And like today, they said a kid shot himself at school today.
Right.
Yeah, in Ohio.
Yeah, man. Like it's just
something has to be
scary.
done though, because you know, it's really sad to continue to say, oh, we're sending our prayers to the families and those affected by the shooting. It's like, how many more of those are we going to continue to do before something is actually done? Like, it's just not okay. It's not okay that it's become the norm, and we just really have to fix a problem. And there's like a lot of different factors and layers that need to be flushed out and figured out, because it's just not okay. It's not okay. And
and it's not going to just go away.
No, it's not.
It's got to be a powerful wall, no pun intended, but it's got to be something that this thing hits. And it can't be just hitting the wall by multiple bodies and multiple shootings. And, you know, we already know that we already paid too much.
Right.
Too much. It's been lives and it's been too much. So what is that thing that says, you know what, about face? We need to about face now. We need to turn around and really start creating whatever these laws are, whatever it may be, because even some of the people that have the guns that do some of the most outlandish stuff, they got them legally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
thing.
what do we do here? What are the so-called cries out for help? Well, it's so many there's no one reason why you say, oh, we take the guns away, that stops. Okay, what about mental illness? What about being bullied? What about just going out for fame? What about because you're upset?
When people like to throw out there, oh, if you take away guns, like, what about your cars? People kill people in cars all the time. I'm like, yeah, okay. So like, for example, drinking and driving is not allowed. Do people still do it? Yes. But since those laws got put in place, does it stop people? Yeah, it does. Like more lives have been saved because of that law got put in place. So there's reasons
is a
for
law
it.
there. I mean, there's anything. Cars, people. Yeah. I could take this phone and probably beat somebody to death.
Right.
I'm not saying, oh, we need to ban all phones. You know, that's what people get to. Oh, it's not guns that kill people. People kill people, but it's what they kill people with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can go and cut a steak and it's no problem. I can go and cut a human being. that's a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not saying, oh, outlaw all steak knives, outlaw all guns, but we got to have the dialogue first.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
dialogue have to start, and the dialogue can't just be us saying we need to. The other sides that are the lawmakers and the people, legislation and NRA and all, they need to have the conversation with us.
I think people who support, like fully support they're pro-gun and all about it, I feel that if they really knew the amount of money that our congressmen take from the NRA and what that money is used for and how and why they don't vote on certain things, that they quite possibly that senator or congressperson could definitely be like, I don't like guns, but I need their money from the NRA because they're giving me this much money. And what I hate too is that when Donald Trump went into office, he said, I'm going to drain the swamp. Guess what was part of the swamp? The NRA. The NRA is part of it, and he's not doing that either. Right. So it just proves once again.
Well, you could drain the swamp and fill it up with other things.
Right.
So
but it proves that Donald Trump was not telling the truth when he said he wanted to drain the swamp. He just wanted to fill it up with all his friends and the people who are going to give his friends money, and part of that is the NRA.
All righty, well, there it is. Comment below. We know you will. All righty now. I was about to say something crazy, but I'll let it go. All righty, man. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us after the show, ladies and gentlemen. All things Big Boy's Neighborhood is right there for you. RadioBigBoy.com. Make sure you log on and you check us out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with us after the show. Big Boy's Neighborhood.